Okay, so it may not be the best episode of the series, but it's got some of the most powerful scenes I've seen so far. Dot and Bubble, Series 1, Episode 5. Wow. Overall thoughts are, the girls are I think this is an alright episode where, yet again, I'm loving the difference that we're getting with each Doctor episode every single week, and I do admire a lot of the messaging behind this, which I'll go into. I was a little bit like, probably about 15-20 minutes in, I was like, where's the Doctor now? Because obviously didn't really have him last week. And this week there was a lot more of Shooty, but it was still quite a Doctor-like episode. We're mainly focusing on the girl, which was fair enough, and I'll speak about their performances in a bit. But the bits that we got with Shooty were really, really special because we hardly do see him anymore. But my point sort of doesn't really matter now after his ending scene. He steals the whole episode. What I remember from this episode will be that ending scene. It's opened my eyes to what his Doctor is like, how he reacts to something coming at him in that way, and I think it's gave him character development. That one scene has given him a lot of character development, basically from no words, just emotion. Yeah, fantastic. Side characters were... Now I noticed that like a lot of their acting was quite GCSE drama vibe sort of acting, but then I was realising that was basically all of the side characters, all her friends, and there's this idea that the bubbles basically are controlling you, you can't even walk without them. So I'm thinking that maybe because her brain hasn't developed, she's so underdeveloped in the brain, she's a little bit thick because of this technology that's taken over her, that they sort of speak like children. Because there was a part when the Doctor says, teeny tiny, 10 teeny tiny seconds, like you're speaking to a child, and she's like, I'm not a child. I think bringing that point up definitely makes me think that they are kind of looked at as children here, and the sort of the way the screens are shown with all the different colours, and it's really sort of easy to navigate. It kind of feels like what a child would use. So maybe that's something to do with how the technology is sort of a political message there. The technology is draining, which it does. Technology drains children's brains to when they grow up, or as a child they are kind of stupid. That's being mean. I mean, there are children cleverer than me, but the overall message I really do like. I do like the twist that the bubble tends to keep you, well, the bubble did keep her away. I can't remember her name now, God, I literally just finished the episode, but you know who I mean, the main character. As someone is literally being killed right in front of her, the bubble just sort of tells you to sort of move out, step to the side and carry on walking. Susan Twist turns up as Mummy. She's playing a mummy this time. She was in one of the bubbles. That mystery remains. Don't know what I can say about her. She's in every single episode. That theory about the TV, Series 1 is all in a TV. It's all like we are looking it through a TV with the winking that we've seen, breaking the fourth wall with the winking. And every single time she seems to be appearing from this episode, from In Boom, it's through a TV screen, which again could be subtly hinting at something. Are you my mummy? I've never seen I quite like the whole idea of like a bubble sort of actually physically being over your head. When they were sort of on talking to her friends, it did remind me of Unfriended in a less violent, more child-friendly way. If you've seen that film Unfriended, it's different in many ways, but also similar in that sort of way. And I quite like that. This still felt original, although it was reminding me of other things I've watched. Kind of had like a Black Mirror vibe. Okay, the twist about they kill you through the order of the alphabet is kind of like, heard that one before. I didn't guess it. I'm not going to sound like I'm Columbo or something, but it was kind of like, oh, I just felt a little bit like I was expecting something more. And I've had that a little bit this series. It's starting to become a little bit of a common theme where I feel like things are getting solved too easily, or there's not enough explanation, or there's just not sort of enough riding on it. because there wasn't really. I mean, the Doctor and Ruby Sunday weren't really in danger, and everyone at the end just sort of stepped out and everything was safe. It was just so easily fixed. And I don't know, Russell T Davies, he does have a history of doing that, but I'm really, really starting to notice it at the moment. I don't know if anyone else is, I'm not sure, but yeah, naive and stupid and smug to the actual world, because she hasn't been in the real world, she's been in this bubble the whole time. It's a really scary representation of what some people really are in a very more dramatised way. But I tell you what, I know people like that. They basically more or less have got a bubble over their head and they're not... Yeah. I hope that boat sinks. But the way the Doctor reacts is what I'm really getting at here, because as I said, I've missed the Doctor. We didn't have him really in 73 Yards. We did have him in this, and I did like the bits where he's in it, where he was him and Millie are in the same room and they were doing these little cheeky sort of, talk between each other. I like that. It was just flowing really nicely. The vibes were there. And yeah, again, he is so good. I'm starting to realise now he is so crazy and can be so sassy and anything, and then all of a sudden he is so emotional. And that ending moment where he said, "I can save you," it's almost like he's got almost like he feels sorry for her, but he's also lost for words because he's literally offering them a way out and she's not taking it. And he's bemused by that, bemused by her stupidity, and he laughs about it, trying to shrug it off his shoulders, but he shows that he cares, and I like that. He shows that he cares despite how damn horrible she was to him. And he does manage to shrug it off, but he has a few tears, he shouts, he screams, he's not happy about how this confrontation has gone. As I said, that moment has honestly been probably the biggest character development I have seen in Ncuti Gatwa so far, in literally 3 minutes, in what you could call a Doctor Light episode, shown it. There we go. Let me know what you think about Dot and Bubble. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, to be honest with you. Honestly, the messaging behind this I like more than the episode, but the episode it's alright, it holds up pretty well. I'm not going to compare it to 73 Yards yet. I'm so not looking forward to doing my Season 1 overall ranking, because that is just going to burst my brains on how I'm going to do that. But if you're new to the channel, please just subscribe and give this video a like, and I'll see you all very, very soon.